Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what the messages are with the cards that come out in this reading for you today. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out, what messages come through with the cards. So the first card we have is the Ten of Cups. We have the Nine of Wands in the reverse, and we've got the Two of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Fool card. So with the Fool card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where it's like you're open to a new chapter. I also feel like you're about to enter into a new chapter within a romantic situation or a connection. I do feel like with the Fool card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of experiencing what feels like a new energy, and does feel like it's a breath of fresh air as well when it comes to being able to experience something that is new, something that does feel like it is also ushering in a transit within your life and even at this time. But with the Ten of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of trying to get to a space where there is this feeling of a strong connection with someone. I do also feel that there could actually be potential for being able to have a harmonious, happily ever after kind of situation with this person, because I do feel like this person is already in that space with you when it comes to how they feel about you. With the Ten of Cups showing up over here, there could even be a relocation when it comes to a situation involving a relationship with somebody. I do feel like this is something that can lead to a lot of happiness and a lot of emotional fulfillment within a connection. I do feel like with the Nine of Wands showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where, as far as you've come and as much as you have endured even in the past, this does feel like an energy of still being open-hearted and not being jaded or let down. I do feel like with this Nine of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like a cautious energy. I do feel like it's also an energy of being in a space where it's like you are also trying to ensure that you are protecting yourself when moving forward. But this does feel like a sense of not letting that be something that is a barrier in a connection with somebody. So the Two of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like future planning. And with that Ten of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of somebody who's looking at the future and looking forward at it with a lot of hope. I do feel like your connection is also one that does feel like it is hopeful. It's contributing to that feeling of hope. With the Fool card showing up over here too, this does feel like a leap of faith when it comes to being able to move forward in a connection. This feels like being open-hearted and also being in a space where you're open to what comes next within a connection. But it feels like following the right impulses and going with what feels right. I do feel like with the Fool card, this feels like luck when it comes to being able to take that chance. I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We've got the Empress card, and we have the Eight of Wands. So the Empress card, we do have some Venus energy, so you could also be dealing with a Taurus or even a Libra. And we've got the Eight of Wands, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this Ten of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like a pretty positive energy, especially because it does feel like an energy of being open to commitment when it comes to a connection. I do feel like also with this Ten of Pentacles, this feels like a pretty abundant and even prosperous kind of energy when it comes to also a connection with somebody, but also a partnership that leads to success. I do feel like with the Wheel card showing up over here, this feels like divine timing being on your side as well. I do feel like with the Wheel of Fortune, this also feels like being able to experience a connection that has gone through its ups and downs. So I do feel like there could be history here, but this does also feel like a karmic connection where it feels like there is a lot of growing together and a lot of learning through any kind of experiences that you go through together in a connection. It feels like with the Ten of Cups, it does feel like an energy of being able to look back and see how far you've come with a lot of gratitude. I do feel like though this Wheel of Fortune card showing up over here, this person you are dealing with does feel quite lucky to know you. They feel quite grateful, and even for your connection. With the Empress card showing up over here, this feels like a very attractive energy. This also feels like dealing with somebody who's kind of putting you in a space where you can feel comfortable. You can feel like you can actually lean into a more receptive energy when it comes to dealing with this person. With the Empress card showing up over here, this does feel like very attractive energy as well. You could be quite attracted to this person. I also feel that feeling being mutual and reciprocated with the Empress card, for a lot of attributes such as kindness and even being able to allow for making a person feel comfortable in a way that's very underrated. I do feel like with the Empress card, this also feels like your beauty also being something that's quite appealing, it's quite attractive as well. With the Eight of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like being able to experience a lot of communication. It could be there could be a lot of communication that you're hearing from somebody. I also feel that when it comes to the communication, there is this back and forth where it does feel like there is a flow. It feels quite consistent. But I do feel like with this Eight of Wands showing up over here, this feels like quick kind of a energy when it comes to being able to experience either a situation unfolding at a rapid pace, but also as far as hearing from somebody and somebody reaching out to you, it does feel like a sense of urgency tied to wanting to reach out. You do also feel like with that Two of Wands, this feels like an excited energy as well. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have keep an open mind. We have make the effort. And getting to know each other. So with this keep an open mind card showing up over here, I'm getting this card pertaining to the Fool card. This does feel like being able to experience a lot of newness and a fresh energy when it comes to a connection. This does also feel like also being in a connection with or hearing from somebody who is perhaps different from a usual type. This does feel like an energy of being open-minded as well. I do feel like there is something quite exciting but also complementary between the two energies of yourself and this person. With the make the effort card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of somebody's ready to make the effort and show you them putting an effort into a connection with you. I do also feel like that could also be your energy when it comes to wanting to take action towards being able to either sustain or preserve something that you have going with somebody. And I do feel like this feels like effort in being able to also create that solid foundation in a connection. I do feel like there is a solid foundation in this connection with that Ten of Cups, but this does feel like an energy of being able to see in the little things when it comes to connecting with somebody. I do feel like with this getting to know each other card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of chemistry because of that Eight of Wands. Feels like an energy of being in a space where it's like you are able to experience this back and forth in communication with somebody where it feels like things are flowing. Do feel like there's a deepening of your connection in that process as well. And I do also feel that you have a lot of the same desires when it comes to your future goals for this connection. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.